Punk, and we're here hanging out with Willie Phillips from Shadow Star Boxing Academy. What's going on, Willie? How you doing, man?
What's good, Jamie, man? It's good to hear from
Been
you,
a long
fam.
time, dude. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So how have you been?
Been living life, man. Been staying awake, trying to read more, turn into a family man at some point. Can't say I know when I didn't see that coming. So but yeah, there's been a shoot. It's 2025 right now.
Holy shit.
There's
Yeah,
been a lot of it's been a lot since the last time we like physically saw each other, but
right, right. Yeah, it's
generally,
been a while.
man, like if I could go back and change anything, um, at those times I was an asshole. I wouldn't have been an asshole at any point in my life. Other than that, I wouldn't change anything, man.
Same, same. Yeah, yeah. Just trying to be a better person every day, every
That's
day.
it.
Yup, yup. Right on. Well, I definitely want to get into this because it's been a while and I've literally just been jamming tunes here and there over the years and stuff.
Yeah.
And, and I thought this would be a great opportunity. So, to get things started, I really just want you to introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, what you do, and
Mhm.
basically the home base for your operation.
All right. Well, Willie Phillips, Shadow Star Boxer, Mr. Boxer. Um, I've never been famous, but I've been in and out. Love to write, love hip hop. Um, Not disciplined always or consistent always, but when I want to make something, I make it. And you know, um, man, I went through. Shout out to first of all, shout out to uh Shadow Star Boxing Academy family, M Theory, and MC One Line. Shout out to my Hip Hop for Breakfast family, Big Bco, Brian Grindin, Media Kings. Um, Respect to some cats that I work with out of UK, Chess Move Cartel and Record Kings. Um, Shout out to Joker Star. Shout out to Dr. Zygote and Kashmir, the Strange Universe. Um, man, shout
Yeah,
out to like all my
that chess
SoundCloud
moves
people,
collab.
huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
chess moves collab from a few
yeah,
years
we
ago
worked
was
together for
sick,
a
dude.
while, man. Like I like without going into too many details, it didn't end the greatest.
Right.
And I can easily say that I didn't make the best decisions. I thought I was like, I put too much trust in people. Like I didn't have any real knowledge of like how music business worked and how music business
Politics.
people actually are. But
Yeah.
outside of anything negative that happened, um, I got to connect with some cool people. I got to see the Alchemist wear a Chess Move Cartel shirt during that time. I got to work with Craig G. Um, I got to work with DJ Matta, DJ Jabba the Cut.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, man, so many people, man. Like I mean, I just like I don't want to. I want to shout out as many people as I can. I don't want to forget anybody, but I mean I know I'm gonna forget some people. But like
For sure. For
shout
sure.
out to Envious Mind, Jada Cut and her crew. Um, man, and then like my current my homies at R.A.W Media, Rap and Wrestling Media. Um, bro, like uh Bean LeBuck, like that's my homie, man. Like
Yeah.
Dirty Needles, Michael McDonough, Charles Hamilton, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Beans did a project with Charles Hamilton. Like there's been like I wish I was more disciplined and resourceful with all the people, good people that I've connected with. Even if they're not good people personally, I don't know
Right.
that. I
Right.
know that they were dope to me, and I try to do dope work in return. Um,
And that's what
man,
matters. That's what we're
yeah,
here
yeah,
for, is
yeah.
for the art and the,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just like it's beautiful. Like I get really easily excited. Shout out to my boy Satiro, somebody from back in the day, my back in the Shadow Star Boxing Academy days, who caught up with me online a couple years ago. We actually put out a project. Damn, this been almost 3 years. Um, we put out a project called A Cosmic Legacy, which, rest in peace and big respect to my brother Cosmic Legacy and my other brothers Big
right.
Chief Smash, Cyrano Sinatra, and Ghost Dog. Fucking shout out
Right.
to Ninja Science Team.
Right.
Satiro caught up with one of the homies from Ninja Science Team, Class. And Class makes these crazy beats, bro. Like Class is another dope producer. He put me in touch with Class. Me and Class are working on the project right now, about like 4 or 5 tracks in. And Class doesn't do mastering, so Satiro is mastering tracks for us. Um,
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and while I'm thinking of it, M Theory is on SoundCloud as A Box of Arms, all one word. My man has always been crazy musical, been a killer on the guitar
Definitely
and
check that
bass.
out.
Yeah,
Definitely
man. Like,
check that
he's just living life, man. He's a nerd like the rest of us. he's but I mean, like, he's been mean on the strings forever. Um, yeah, man. Shout out to the Narconomics crew. I've recently, been connected with them. We haven't done any work, but like I've been following them, connected with them through rap and wrestling media. Um, so shout out Gustavo Louis and folks that he was working with. Shout out to Black Silk. Shout out to Sauce Yin. Shout out to oh man, look, Narconomics family. I can't remember everybody's name right now, but all of y'all, everybody was dope, man. Like regardless of who or what, y'all dope, man. And yeah, like it's been a journey, and like again, like now I got a daughter, you know what I mean? And I like I'm grateful to have a woman that I'm co-parenting with, but I'm a full-time single father. Um, Also, I brew beer now. Uh, um, Shout out to my non hip hop connections that I've met through my brother Phil Bates. Um, Shout out to Randy, my brother Reggie, who also like is a very musical person, but he doesn't make music, but he's a musical person. Same thing with Phil. He doesn't make music, but these are like they got music in their soul. They were born with some music somewhere in them. You know what I mean? Like Phil
Sure.
was having a
Hey,
rough night the other night, whipped out the harmonica and just turned on his Bluetooth speaker, played some music, and was just blowing the harp. You know what I'm
yep.
saying?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So but yeah, that's a lot, man. That's what it's kind of been like though. It's been a lot. And I'm still writing and making music, but now I'm focusing more on, like I said, like being more disciplined and more consistent. Um, might sound silly to people my age. I'm 43, but starting the YouTube page and trying to keep consistent content on that is actually
Right.
teaching me to helping me be more consistent in like writing um and actually making music, because there's just like there's so many people out there that make beats and they'll come across a dope MC. Shout out my boy Baby Boy Clark. I can never forget him. Baby Boy Clark. I can't wait until hopefully this interview gets out to enough people. And if I get my hands on this video, I'm definitely gonna share it with Clark. Baby Boy Clark
Yep. Sure.
out of New Jersey. Me and him did a project as Shadow Clark together. Our project is called The Good Seed. Um, That's my homie, man. Like Clark, keep your head up, man. Like you're a genius. So you always call me and hit me on the phone to talk about how dope I am and call me a genius and whatever. Like you gotta understand, I put them lyrics on some dope beats that you made. And that goes for everybody that I ever worked with. Shout out to Miss Dip, aka Honey Dip buzzing, Big Queen B in the building. Shout out my boy Cubes, wherever you are, another phenomenal producer. Come back down to earth, bro. We miss you and we love you. Um, Shout out Adam Rodden, MC Headcase. Uh, Mine's one. Uh, Bro, like this graffiti artist that did art for me and Adam Rodden. Man, I wish I could remember his name right now. Shout out to Manifest Drugs Beats. Um, Bro, like there's just so much like music. There's so many people out there, man. Shout out to So Free Wisdom. Shout out to Kaya and the Lion King. Shout out to Street Flavor Entertainment. DJ Samps. Shout out to Sharp Cuts. You know what I mean? The Precise Politics. Shout out to my man S Gold. Shout out to bro. Man, just there's so much, man. Like anybody,
That's
like
what's
not
up
even
though, like that kind of fucking web that you fucking put together. That's exactly we're gonna
I didn't
turn
even
that into some
realize,
shit.
man,
You know what I'm saying?
until you like ask me because I don't like you don't sit down. We take advantage of this time we have, man, and like until you
Absolutely.
ask me that question, I didn't even connect all those dots. MC One Line, last time I heard about you or saw anything from you, you had gone through a rehab program and was on the beach living your best life in a pair of dope sunglasses and a freshly shaved head. So I hope that you're still doing exactly that. I don't care if you write and making music or not, bro. Love you, and I hope that that's still your life. But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
man, like I like you don't realize like we take advantage of this time, man. Like all the messages that get left unread or people that call and you're like, man, I hit them back later, and then you forget. You know what I mean? Like emails that you get that just get cleaned out when you going through your account. Like I'm grateful. I am eternally grateful to everybody who's ever helped me, anybody who's made music with me, anybody who's cared about my shit, this dude I'm talking to right now, and people
Right.
that we've connected with in the past.
Yeah.
Um, and anybody, if I'm the bad guy in your story, I will eat that, especially if that means that living without me or hating me or whatever you got to do ensures that you live a good life. Because if you call me an asshole when I was being an asshole and then you cut me off, I earned that. um, but yeah,
A
man,
lot of
that's
it's just like you said, like you've got your life, man, and you're living it, and so is everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And like, and I thank God all the time that that I'm being able to take this and parlay it into getting reconnected with people like you and stuff like that through the music and through the culture and the scene and everything. And it's given me a chance. Like I tell people all the time, I'm not like fake ass fucking blessed. I am legit blessed, bro. Like
right.
for real blessed. Like I figured out a way to parlay something I love to reconnect me with the people that I love. And that's
Yeah.
all a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Like for
Oh,
better
Mike
or for
Savvy.
worse.
Sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off. Mike
Not go ahead,
Savvy.
man.
Mike Savvy put me and Shadow Star Boston Academy on our first ever album release party. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing, but people came anyway. They put us on at the Black
Lord.
Flower before it closed. Shout out to everybody who used to work at the Black Flower. Shout out to Jamie who ran the Black Flower. But Mike Savvy, like, I don't care how you feel about the NC music scene. If you were doing anything in the hip hop scene in North Carolina, especially the Triangle area, you know Mike Savvy. Shout out to 1100 Hunters and Cypher University. Fucking like them dude, like that's a oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Like and shout out to Rhapsody. Like something that I don't talk about a lot because I don't like being that dude being like, yeah, I ran into somebody famous, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rhapsody who who joined this open mic performance as using her real name. Um, as she's put it out there, Ms. Marlana Evans dusted me at an open mic. Like, dusted. Took the bro. Shout out to Cooley High because our Cooley High homies were in the audience. But and shout out to man, Azon Blaze and Sky Blue. Um, like they put me on a show. Azon Blaze put me on a show that turned out to be the last show of Jean Grey's Cake or Die tour. I got
Damn.
Jean Grey, Knife Wonder, Sean Bug, like Sarah Kaboom. Shout Sarah Kaboom, Sarah Kaboom. Oh my God, Sarah Kaboom. Um, bro, I owe we only get one life. And part of my life, I get to say NC hip hop was a big part of my life. And y'all painted so many different colors. Shout out to Lil Brother. No, I've never done any work with Lil Brother. I've been to one Lil Brother show. I've listened to like the Lil Brother Justice League, like all the homies. I listened to as much of their music as possible. But Fonte came to Full Steam Brewery in Durham, North Carolina, where I like just recently stopped working November 15th, 2024. Love y'all. But Fonte came through in 2023 and did a beer collaboration with us. And
Okay.
like I told them when I found out he was coming, I told them that it was that Fonte is like one of my heroes. Like Little Brother is legendary.
Right.
Like you Little Brother is legendary. And he came there. I didn't know that they were gonna make sure I got to see him. They made sure I got to see him. And I was working in the packaging area. He came back to the packaging area, you know what I'm saying, checking out how we're handling this beer they were collaborating on. It was called Percy's Paw Paw Miracle. It was a Paw Paw. I believe is a wheat beer, and I believe he wanted it to be a wheat beer because he didn't really drink beer, but his mama likes beer. She likes wheat beer. She likes Hefeweizen and shit. Um, so, but Fonte took pictures with me. We talked, nerded out on some questions, laughed, joked and shit. And toward the end of my shift, he was still there. And him and a couple of the homies were sitting. Met his wife, met his beautiful wife. Shout out to her. But yeah, him and the homies were sitting at one of the tables right when I got out the door. So I stopped to ask him one more question. And I got to talk to him about the podcast he's on. Shout out to Questlove, Fonte's co-host, one of the co-hosts on Questlove Supreme, one of the greatest
Nice,
podcasts,
nice.
my favorite podcast ever. But I got to ask him which one of them has the better, who's the biggest R&B music nerd, him or Questlove? And he very graciously and politically said that when it comes to the earlier R&B like and funk and soul like 60s and 70s, like Questlove got it hands down. But after that, Fonte's like, bro, like listening to them talking about music is like I open an encyclopedia and this is page whatever about this bass player, and it could be just pretty much Questlove and Fonte, like this
Good stuff.
artist, that
Yep.
flute player, that drummer, like them dudes. Oh man, I love it so much. But shout out to Little Brother, man. North Carolina like did so much for me, man.
For
Anyway,
sure. For sure.
we ain't gonna get on this interview if I keep going. So,
Right on, right on. So, just to kind of polish that off, like, do you basically run everything out of Durham, North
um,
Carolina?
I haven't lived in Durham in 10 years. I'm living in Hillsborough now. I've um I've maintained some connections, but I couldn't really like focus on continuing to grow like something big while I was like I took on some families. Shout out to my ex and my three stepkids. Love y'all. And yeah, like we had a life together for a while. I was still making music here and there. But I wasn't really maintaining the collective anymore. Um, but the art was still there. Uh, but yeah, man, like I grew up in Durham, and like I love Durham, man. Um,
Being in
but yeah,
Hillsborough, does that help you feel like you can branch out to like Chapel Hill a little bit easier, or maybe even Greensboro, Winston-Salem type thing? Does it feel like you
speak
can branch out farther?
if I like 2025 is for me being more disciplined and making more of these connections. And there are people in Greensboro and Chapel Hill. Like I work in Carvel,
Yeah.
Chapel Hill these days because I'm working for a different brewery and stuff. But also speaking of Greensboro, shout out to Fat, aka the Fat Boy, somebody else I made music with, and is still the bro. He like never stopped, bro. Like I met this dude when he still had tape on his wide brim glasses. My man's is like a straight up hustler. Like does everything, all his graphic design, does all his own recordings. Got his like he's got his network and stuff. Like this dude puts his heart and soul into it, man. Um, so yeah, like if I do what I say I'm going to do this year, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm branching out, making more connections. I'm more of an online entity right now because I wanted to focus in one direction and learn that so that I can branch out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I one thing that I've maintained is that one of my favorite quotes is from Fonte. You are only as old as your ability to process new information.
I
So
like that.
being able to accept the fact that shit is never going back to the way it used to be. I'm focusing on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna connect that to other social media and branch out into different areas. Start getting live again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the
Because
beauty of like YouTube is you can apply multiple formats to it. You can do
yeah,
interviews, you can boots on the street, you can do live performances. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that'll be sick. That'll be a cool way to be able to branch out and stuff.
yeah.
Nice, nice. All right. So I've known you for a long time, but I've never actually been able to ask you this question.
All
Well,
right.
I have, but I just,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
so like, we both were raised on like 90s hip hop, 80s and 90s hip hop, huge fans of, like that OG stuff, from back in the day, like that post disco even stuff, like before
Oh yeah.
like what they consider hip hop today, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like that OG Grandmaster Flash and stuff. And back when
Yeah.
we were listening to hip hop on the street to a ghetto blaster and a single turntable, you know what I mean? Like,
It was
so,
Public Enemy for me, man.
right,
Um,
right.
well, I was 4 or 5 years old. I want to say I was like 4 years old when my mom moved us to Durham, and we were living with her uncle. He had two daughters, and they had a foster daughter at the time. But his two daughters, Monica and Yolanda, were both in high school at the time. They were going to Hillside. Um, I heard Hollywood Burn as a 4 or 5 year old kid, and
Right.
I was like, because the only thing I really heard from then was my mom singing little kid songs to me, and then like around that time, like she was getting more and more involved with the Apostolic Pentecostal Holiness Church community. So it was gospel music.
Right.
When I heard Public Enemy, like I was I was drawing, doing little like copy drawings of Ninja Turtles, bro, and it's like that I went from that to Jack and Monica's headphones when she wasn't at home, and
Right.
look at like Jack and her Walkman, like she had a little, a little handheld tape deck, a little Walkman, and one day like she caught me listening to it, so then she just like sat with me and listening to Public. It was the first time that is the first time I've listened to. I don't know if we listened to the whole album. I know we listened to more than one song. Um, but And if my mother ever sees this, now you know your cousin did it. Your cousin did it. I hid it for years, but since I was 4 years old, I've been in love with the sound and the feel of hip hop. Um, Fast forward to when I want to say 10 years old, getting ready to turn 11. Uh, School just ended, fifth grade, Lakewood Elementary School, when summer camp at a place called, no, not Forest Hills. Damn, of course now I can't remember because I'm trying so hard to remember. But anyway, whatever summer camp I went to that year, um, Campus Hills. That's what it was. Campus Hills. Campus Hills Recreational Center in Durham. There was a guy there teaching Kung Fu. His name was David. He had a Walkman every day at camp. And one day, I think he just left it playing and had taken the headphones off. It was Run DMC's album Down with the King. And like you know what that sound is, like that cassette sound coming out of headphones. And like it's real sharp. There's like zero, like you couldn't hear no bass, but like you could hear some melody and you could hear this like really sharp snare and you could almost hear the lyrics like distinctly. Like all that shit was high enough frequency that you could hear it coming out the headphones. No bass, no nothing, no nothing else. And it sounded a little scratchy, but like what I'm saying is in a low quality audio setting coming out of somebody else's headphones that I wasn't even wearing, I wanted to listen to that. So David let me listen to it, and then like, and plus he was the kung fu teacher, so I was like 100% in, bro. Like this is my dog. Um, he just let me. I would come to summer camp. He would just hand me the Walkman, and the tape would be in there. So then, like, I was spending like hours because we'd be there from like 9 in the morning to maybe like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And if I wasn't doing something where I had to actually listen to somebody tell me to do it, I had on them headphones and I listened to Run DMC Down with the King so much. And like, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I was going to rap. Like that shit at like 11 years old, that shit made me want to rap. Um, Fast forward from there to when I'm 12 years old in the seventh grade at Rogers Herd Middle School in Durham. Man, Mr. Frazier's class. He was my homeroom teacher, but he was also my math teacher. Um, Either way, we were in homeroom class, and one of my students, his name was Harold. This dude comes in. He didn't actually kick in the door, but it felt like he kicked in the door. And he walks in. Mr. Frazier's like, Harold, go to your seat. In the middle of what Mr. Frazier is saying, he goes, raw, I'm gonna give it to you with no trivia. We're like cocaine straight from Bolivia. I'm like, yo, what is this dude doing? And like, he, like, if y'all couldn't tell, this was when Wu-Tang's Into the 36 Chambers we didn't have it on cassette yet. We always like this was during the time when in the South you still got music after everybody else got it. Like shit got released in New York and California first, and then the shit was Reaganomics. It trickled down to everybody else. But like on the radio though, like it was already on the radio. So the mystery of chess boxing at the time, I know that they had multiple. Of course, they had like multiple singles off of there. They had Cream, the Mystery of Chess Boxing, and was Can It Be So Simple, um, and Protect Your Neck. You know what I'm saying? Those are like the main at that time. It was like the main singles. But in Durham, I guess I guess the radio in Durham was like, you know, because like Durham did not have hip hop culture back then. Like you weren't coming to Durham playing no hip hop concerts. But We got the mystery of chess boxing on the radio, and Harold knew every word. My man's knew every word. Um, and I like, and then like a couple days later, it was him, this dude Mario, and this dude Nate. So I'm listening like the three of them are like over and over again, and like I believe Mario or Nate, one of them was actually from New York. So one of their family members had the album,
Right.
so he dubbed it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they
Yeah.
actually had the tape, and like man, like Wu Tang changed everything. Like
Everything. You know,
you had to be there, bro. Like that W, everybody jacked the W, was drawing it on everything. Like
everything.
Wu Tang was a way of life. Like for anybody who wasn't into kung fu movies, you got into kung fu movies. Like and like the just the sound. Like if you were into hip hop leading up to then, it wasn't that that sound didn't exist. It was heading that way. It was almost like if you watched this army marching toward a goal, and all of a sudden they went underground. You could still hear them marching, but you couldn't see them. Wu Tang Clan was the moment that that army came back out of the ground and knocked the whole wall down and just started killing shit. Like Wu Tang wiped out everything, bro. Like changed the entire game. And that was the second time. That was the second time I told myself I was going to rap, and the first time I actually tried to write a rap. And the only thing I remember from it was, "Hey, can you feel me? My name is Big Willie." And bro, whatever it was I wrote got me laughed out of class. Like, because like my standards were Harold, Mario, and Nathan. Harry was cool. He never like dissed me or nothing like that. He didn't like bully me and look down on me. Bro, Nate and Mario, ruthless. Like I wrote that down, I spit it. They laughed. They were like, "Oh, this old Curtis blow ass nigga." It was like, like, but like I still felt it though. And plus, like, I had to keep this undercover because like that was not allowed in my home at all. Like nowhere close. I couldn't get caught doing that shit at all. So fast forward from age 12 to age 16. No, age 17. I'm in Northern High School. And for Black History Month, they decided to do a multicultural heritage day. Um, which as an adult looking back on that,
Right.
and bro, like you did that to the kids too, word? Like,
Oh,
but that's that's how shit be, bro. Like racism
lesson
don't
for
give a fuck.
trying.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. They did try because they literally when I say multicultural heritage day, I mean they found whatever kid from whatever other culture than American white folks to participate and we were kids and a lot of like this shit felt weird. But while they were asking all those other kids, me and these other friends that I made had already decided that we was rappers, like regardless. Shout out to my boy Travis, aka Indiana Jones, spelled with the Y in the middle and not the I in the middle. Uh, that was he was the tallest boy in our crew, and he was one of my favorite rappers ever. Still is like one of my favorite rappers ever. Shout out to my boy Rob. He was drummer in the band. Uh, he also ended up stealing my girlfriend at some point, but he didn't know that. So, so like, we stayed friends though. Like it was cool. Um, but yeah, me, Rob, Travis, shout out to Zigzag the Arsonist, your favorite battle rapper's favorite battle rapper today. Cause back then dude's pen was crazy and we were like, like I said, we was like between the ages, everybody was between the ages of 15 to 17 at the time, man. Like But Zigzag was dope back then. You know North Carolina hip hop, and you know the North Carolina hip hop battle scene. You know Zigzag, and you know Zigzag's a monster. And I'm telling you to your face, Zigzag's been a monster since high school. Um, but uh, but yeah, like that was when I like really got serious. Oh, and my boy Daryl, that's who even got me, who gave me the confidence to do that. Because what he would do, he wrote his own rhymes, but to get his cadences down, he would take lyrics from other songs, mostly like Wu Tang, Boot Camp, or Jay Z songs. He would write down all the lyrics, and then he would rewrite a completely new song just in the pattern of the original song. He wouldn't, like, there'd be a couple like phrases or words here and there, because I mean we were kids, but like we were like heavily influenced by New York, New Jersey, East Coast hip hop. But he never stole whole rhymes. It was
Right.
like if he caught a line from one of the songs that he was copying, then the next like 9, 10, 12 lines, all original, but he wrote it in the exact same cadence as the song that he was
Right.
copying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yep.
how he would
Yep.
train himself. Like
Yep.
Daryl, Lil D was, man, like, dog, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I was in school with some real, like, super serious spitters, man. Like, now
Wow,
I'm
man.
like looking back on it because I'm like, I didn't really think about it that much when it was happening, but like I started mimicking him. I started doing the same thing he did, but I had to find a different way to do it, because I can be listening to rap in my house. I would stand in my closet with a pair of headphones and this little bullshit GE radio my mom gave me, and whatever hip hop came across the radio, um, I would like listen to it and write down whatever I could catch. And then at school, people had stuff on tape. Um, like around that time, like the Purple Tape came out. Um, Killer Army's first album. Like, man, there was so much music, bro. Like,
Right.
but yeah, like he taught me that technique. That's what actually taught me how to write. So by the time me, Rob, Travis, Zigzag, and shout out to Lieutenant Tracks, Home Base Records. I don't know if you're still doing your thing, but I know that we made a dope. Me, you, and Azon Blaze made a dope track back in the day. But he was Lieutenant Tracks was also a part of our little crew at Northern High School in Durham. By the time I hooked up with them, I had already basically been in the dojo with Daryl. Like, and we both at the same time transitioned from copying lyrics and matching cadences to those songs
Right.
to just writing our own shit.
Right.
And
Right.
for the Multicultural Heritage Festival that year, uh, our little crew did did our raps, and the kids loved it, and they told us not to cuss, and we did our best. But the first time one slip up happened, it was a rap, and it was way too loud in the gym for the teachers to stop us. So like it was like, even with all the other stuff I've experienced in my life, I feel like that might be the most hip hop thing I've ever experienced. Like just pissing off a whole faculty in a high school and
Right.
spitting hot fire and seeing a girl in like an ethnic uh, European dress with clogs who just got finished doing like a native dance, rocking out to six young black dudes in the middle of the gym, just spitting and cussing and
Right.
rhyming as hard as we could, bro. Like that was that was where I started. And from there, I didn't know how I was gonna record my own stuff, or get recorded. Like I just didn't know anything, bro. I was an ignorant church kid, but like something about that was like, yo, just keep writing rhymes and keep writing rhymes. I have like notebooks of stuff that like I would try to memorize the whole notebook in case I lost it, and then I lose it. And like I got like maybe one rhyme left that I remember out of it. But like I don't know, man. That's where it came from, man. And wherever it is right now, like that's again, I have no regrets, man. I wouldn't change a thing.
I hear you. I hear you. So like you basically just covered my next two questions, but I do I do want to ask you like give me that dream collaboration. Who would you want to work with that you feel like would push the boundaries of the boxer?
Man, with all the different beat styles out here and all the rappers, I would love to do. I would love to work with. I love to work with West Side Gun. I'd love to work with Alchemist. Pretty much anybody from the Wu Tang. Um, I would love to work with Rock Ness Monster is still active. And like rest in peace, Sean Price, man. Like I would have loved to work with Sean Price. Um, my dream collab, one in a million chance. Only time it would ever happen in my life, it would be Knife Wonder, Theory Has It, Drugs Beats, um, and Alchemist on production. Uh, and I'm trying not to run the risk of naming every single homie I got. So I'm just gonna go for I'm going for people like more established artists, well-known artists that I would want to work with. Cause dude, if I got them four on production, bro, I would just start messaging the homies. Like,
Hell yeah.
um,
Hell yeah.
but
Yeah, it's hard to like piece something like that together when you know you have the talent around you that you have,
mhm,
like you can have
yeah,
all the respect in the world for any other area, any other artist, any other,
yeah,
group of
especially
talent,
with what
but
hip hop's done in 2024. Like we all know the
exactly.
shot heard around the world, the shots, the barrage of bullets heard around the world a few months ago when
Yeah,
when K. Dot and Drake went at it.
yeah,
Like, and then like all the other like with all the crazy like business stuff that's happened with music, hip hop has still managed to be groundbreaking and kick down doors and do some old like hate it or love it, we still here type shit. I would love the opportunity to just like, even if we don't spit together, if I got to write something that got on the track with Kendrick Lamar, but yeah, I would want to spit. Of course I would want to spit. J. Cole, like,
right.
oh my bro, like, and like J. Cole, like, Jesus Christ, dude, that dude, like, is everything. J. Cole is pretty much like everything that I would want to be, like the type of rapper that I would want to be, plus the actual superstar status. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I don't again like I don't want to act like I know anything personal about these people, but watching how they move and what they do, like I like what Kendrick Lamar does
It's
as a whole.
inspiring for
Like
sure.
I love the way he moves. I love the way J. Cole moves. Like this dude puts so much energy into what he does and then growing shit for other people. Like, and not on no behind the scenes shit. Like, I'm helping you in public, out in the open. Whether my name's on it or not, people gonna find out J. Cole is a part of it, but like he's doing it. Like the opportunity was shout out to Shame Gang. Like dopest out of North Carolina, even though I believe I'm super dope and I believe all my homies are super dope and all my heroes are super dope. Shame is dope. Shame is dope. Shame is super dope. Shame is the dopest. Shame Gang all day long.
Oh yeah.
I believe my man's came down from Maryland. Like, rest in peace to his big brother. Shame is dope. He got the opportunity to be on Sway. He's gonna try. I don't know if he actually got the chance to get on Dreamville. I know he's been trying to for the past couple years, and I know that J. Cole, like, bro, shame is the truth, man. Shame is the truth, bro. Anyway, yeah, I love to work with Shame. Honestly, like, let me tell you, man, I'm telling you, Shame Gang is wild, bro. The skill is there. He's a real professional. He's worked with some people I've wanted to work with. Shout out Boldy James. He's worked with Conway the Machine. Like, Shame is dope, man. Like,
Oh,
out of all the people that I named, if I just got Shame out of that deal, I'd be cool. I'd be cool, man. But
yeah.
yeah, man, that's what it is, man. Like, I got fantasy plays and dream teams running through my head all the time, man.
Right.
I couldn't name them all. Tomorrow would be a completely different answer.
Yeah. So like, you kind of messed me up, man. You answered all my questions, but I appreciate that. Basically, with with your explanations and stuff.
Damn, dude, I'm
So
sorry, man. I be going off
nah,
sometimes.
nah, you're good. But what I did want to say is, I think we should do this again. I'm gonna stay in touch with you. We're gonna keep pushing this thing. I'll get this published and everything. I'll get you a copy of the magazine and stuff. I'll send you digital copies and the interview and everything.
All right.
But I would love to do this again, and maybe we'll do something where we talk a little bit about like like what we were doing when we were growing up and all of the music
Yeah.
that we were listening to back then and stuff, and kind of how everything's changed over the years after we kind of went our own ways and stuff and lived our own lives and shit. Because like
Yeah.
you sitting here talking about all of this, making me think of all the stuff that I was listening to and all the, you know what I'm saying, and like I just want to sit here and like chill and like shoot the shit with you and stuff. So
Yeah, dude.
I think we should do this again, and then you can post it on your stuff and I'll post it on mine, and we'll just tag everybody, that we're shouting out, and we'll do the same thing with this interview. You're going to
All
make my social media guy work his ass off, which is
right.
great. I love that shit, man. It's hilarious. He's going to be so fucking mad at me. I
Tell him
love
I
that shit.
apologize and thank
Nah,
you.
fuck him. His name's Joey Griggs. If you want to hit him up and tell him he's a dick, that's cool. He's on Facebook and all your socials. He also runs the Cryonic Punk social media.
All right.
So, but yeah, so let's wrap this up.
All right.
Do you have any immediate plans that you want to promote anytime in the next like couple of months? Like I'll definitely shout out your YouTube and all of that stuff,
Mhm.
and all of the links will be printed in the magazine, and then I'll have all the links on all the socials and stuff with all the digital
All
format
right.
stuff. So you ain't got to worry about all of that. But if you have anything in the immediate future that you want to talk about, go ahead. And then when we do this again, we'll do the same thing and we'll just keep tallying it together and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Um. Okay. So the brewery I'm working for right now is called Dingo Dog Brewery. The tap room is on North Greensboro Street in Carborough. The brewery is on a farm um somewhere else. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Off
I,
topic.
yeah, I don't want to go on a whole other rant. But um, basically, like, this place is great. It's great people. Um, they support no kill animal shelters, but they also they support the local music scene. And honestly, there hasn't been more hip hop for the area because hip hop artists haven't really been a part of it. And with me being a part of the company and working at the tap room, before I talk about what hip hop isn't there, I should probably bring some hip hop there myself. So I'm working toward, on top of, like, any other releases that are coming up, because I'm still writing, I'm still recording. I got a few tracks I'm getting ready to drop at the end of this month. Um, like, speaking of consistency, I want to at least drop like 2 or 3 tracks by the end of every month. On the YouTube, which will transition to Instagram and also Facebook, Blue Sky, uh, Twitter, X. Um, but anywhere we can put it, it's always gonna start on YouTube and then we'll spread out from there. Um, but yeah, what I really want to do is is just start doing a little hip hop expo out at the tap room. If it's got to start out with just me, it'll start out with just me, just a few tracks and some, some history, some beats, and I want to slowly bring more people into it because, like, let's face it, bro. Like, you can talk about how like people complain about the you know what hip hop sounds like in public, but in public or behind closed doors, y'all love hip hop.
Right.
Y'all love it. Okay. So what I want to do is in this little quiet community, bring them some hip hop that fits their little quiet community because we got all the kinds of music that comes through there. It's wonderful. We're right around the corner from Cat's Cradle.
Nice,
So
nice.
like
Yeah,
the music community is thick where I'm at, and
for
hip
sure.
hop deserves to be where I'm at, just like it deserves to be where everybody else is at. So
Absolutely.
that's my immediate plan is to do more for the brewery and the tap room, and to bring hip hop to that little corner of Carborough, North Carolina, and hopefully connect with more hip hop folks who are willing to come out there. It's a small space, but it's people come out there to listen to the music that comes out there. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Um,
yep.
like I've seen a dude who was scheduled to perform somewhere else, come across us, and my man had a guitar in one hand and a cast under his other arm. And I mean, not a cast, a crutch under his other arm because he had hurt his leg the night before. My man set up outside because we had a music lot for somebody else who didn't show up, and he started playing, and he was amazing. And people came from like next door to come listen to it. People were walking up off the street to listen to this dude. So, um, yeah, if it's good, they will come.
Yep.
If it's there, they will
Absolutely.
come and they will hang
Absolutely.
out and buy a beer and listen. And yeah, hip hop deserves all of that from the top to the bottom. Biggest audience, smallest audience. So
Yeah,
before without complaining about what's not there, I want to see if I can bring it myself.
definitely. Nice, nice. Right on. Well, I'll let you get back to your life, Willie, and we'll do this again soon. All right,
All
brother?
right, bro, man. Thank you for the opportunity, fam.
Cool, man. Thank you. Don't go anywhere.
All right.
All right. So yeah, like I said, what we'll do is um I'll try to get together we'll try to get together and schedule another one of these like maybe in like 3 months or something.